your name, what it is you're doing, and why bloody hell are you on here?
Well, I just got to say, like, my name's
Anything
Harry
you want.
Ribbens.
Anything you want. If you can bend down as you want. You don't have to. You can bend down if you want.
Well, like this, yeah?
He's exactly like his dad. Honestly. It's like a flashback for me.
Alright. My name's Harry Ribbens, and I'm a Texas State University student and a Canterbury Christ Church University student.
Welcome to the Cherrywood Podcast with me, Simon Burridge.
And me, Rachel Burridge.
Right. Hello, Harry. Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I've not met you before, but I feel like I have met you because this is a flashback for me. I went to school with Harry's dad, Paul. 30 years? Oh my God, 35 years ago. Oh God, I feel so old. And you are identical.
Is he really?
Identical to him. I feel like I'm back at school.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to start throwing
you can't-
pencils at each other.
You can't come up with stories because it's not actually him.
I got on really well with Paul, but we were never close.
Okay.
But he's just one of those people who got on well with everyone. Played a little bit of football with him, but I was usually on the bench while he was playing. Do you know what I mean? I remember winning a cup.
He
with
was
him.
good then.
I remember winning a cup with him, but I never actually entered the pitch. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, he was good at tennis as well, I think.
He's good at everything, to be fair.
It's annoying,
if I'm
isn't
honest.
he?
It is annoying.
Actually, I see a video of him the other day, and he was dancing, and he did the splits. He still does the splits.
That was his 50th birthday.
Yeah, well,
that was
there you go.
brilliant.
Oh my God.
It was really good. It was really funny.
Anyway,
Well-
before we get started,
Sorry, yeah.
the sign. How long do you think?
I reckon I'm going to go closer to like the last time that was closest. So I'm going to go 3 minutes 50.
All right then.
3 minutes
Okay,
50.
because it
That's
can
what I'm
last
gonna go
longer,
for.
you know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with 3 minutes 50.
All right, 3
See
minutes
how that
50.
goes.
All right, from now, we'll go to
Let's go.
sponsors.
Today's sponsors are Dimodici Associates, Chartered Structural and Civil Engineers.
Based in the UK with a worldwide reach.
Visit their website on dimodiciassociates.com.
New Digital, helping businesses build their online presence with web design, SEO, Google Ads, and social media. Get 10% off when you quote Cherrywood today. Visit their website at nudigitalera.co.uk.
And we're back. Right, there we go. This is the sponsors. Oh, he knows the wonders of filmmaking. Right, tell us about yourself. Tell us why your dad said, "Can my son come on the show?"
Right, so I'm basically I'm a film student, and I'm going to, he wants me to talk about the fact that I'm going to Texas State University for a year to study film.
And where in Texas is that?
St. Marcus. So it's
Right.
it's in between, I think, San Antonio and Dallas, I think. I'm not too sure.
So it's sort of like you've got
It's
Texas
bang in the
here,
middle.
It's here.
Yeah, it's like bang in the middle. It's very close to Mexico. So it's a lot closer to, I think that's closer to San Antonio.
right.
I'm not 100%
Is that
sure.
like quite rocky and quite mountainous, that side of it?
No, I don't think so.
No.
It
opposite,
does.
right?
I know St. Marcus does have its. I don't know if you've heard in Texas, it has the long strip of bars and one
right,
long
St.
road.
Marcus does.
Yeah, it has
Right.
one long road of just bars and.
See, I don't know
Clubs
much
and
about
stuff.
Texas, right? I watched Dallas as a kid, probably next to your dad.
He doesn't know what Dallas is, though.
You
does
ever
he?
heard of Dallas?
Yeah, no, I've heard of Dallas, like the place.
Yeah, there used to be a sitcom.
See?
called Dallas.
Oh right.
Years- in the 80s.
Oh,
in the
right,
80s.
okay.
JR, you ever heard of JR Lewin?
No.
Oh my
I haven't.
God. These were icons of the day, right? Anyway, so Dallas was the thing to watch over EastEnders, before EastEnders had even
Oh,
started. And that's the only sort of bit I know of Dallas, but she's obsessed with Austin, Texas. She's like, we should think about moving there one day. I'm like, we've
Austin, that's what it's in between. San Antonio and
right,
Austin.
so it's on
because
the
I have to get
bottom.
the plane to Austin.
Yeah.
And then
there
get a
you go.
coach.
There you go.
to
Right,
St.
it's a
Marcus.
sign, mate, that he's here for you again. 'Cause ever since she's gone on about Austin, everything we see has got Austin, Texas on it.
It's a sign.
So now you're our tour guide.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. You come out and I'll take you around, yeah.
So yeah, we'll probably go next year, won't we?
I don't know.
Well, if you're saying I would like to, consider living there, it's also helpful if you actually go there and see what it's like.
It is meant to be really. Texas is meant to be amazing. It is.
Yeah. So why did you decide to go there? So you did 2 years at Canterbury, is that right?
Yeah, so I've done 2 years film production. Done all my coursework's all finished now. So my 2 years is done. I'm now a Texas State University student. So I had the choice between, it's like an exchange. So
Okay.
I'll switch with someone else out in
Oh my
Texas.
God, some poor son's
right.
coming to
Yeah,
Canterbury.
so someone's coming to Canterbury.
Oh my God.
But they love it.
How did you sell them that?
They love it. We actually have someone in my class called Paige, her name is, and she's from Texas, and she did the exact same thing. She did the exact same like exchange with someone else.
Yeah.
And she's staying here in the UK because she loves it. She prefers it, and I was shocked. I was like, I can't believe that. Yeah, I was like, really, Canterbury? I was like, I'm not too sure about that.
And is she from Texas herself?
Yeah, she's from Texas. She went to Texas State
But
University.
she's born in Texas.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was. I mean, her accent was very thick, so
okay.
yeah, it was quite obvious.
Cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
Boots, holster, no gun.
Just the chink, the ching.
Comes in every day on her horse.
Yeah, but yeah, so I do an exchange and I go over there. I could do whatever course I want, anything I want, but I'm going to stick with what I know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick with film. Because over there, film in America is massive. I mean, Hollywood is huge. Yeah. Hollywood's not too far away. I was going to say down the road, but it's not.
No, it's not. It's a bit of
a drive, bit of a flight, but it's not far away from Texas. So it's like everything's there. And in fact, in Texas University, not Texas State, next door to Texas State University's, is it McConaughey? Matthew McConaughey, not Connor. Matthew McConaughey. He actually studies there, like not studies, but he teaches there.
Right. Okay.
So there's loads of like actors and big people that are involved in universities in America. So it's like an opportunity for me to, go round and experience it all.
Brilliant.
So what got you into film then? You
I was
did
actually
your GCSEs and everything like that. And
I did nothing to do. Well, I did acting. I did a lot of drama. I loved it. Everybody said I should have gone into acting. My parents always, my dad's always said, Harry, just follow through with acting, like do it. So is my mum. But it came to sixth form and I was looking at the drama course and I just had no interest in it. And then I decided to look at film. I went into it. I had a couple of mates in it as well, so I was like, why not? And then I just fell in love with it, and I just love watching loads of films. I've watched tons. I can't even remember all of them. Like people would be like, "What's your favourite film?" I don't know. I can't. There's so many. But yeah, that's really what got me into film. I think it was more animation that I'm into.
Oh right,
because I started watching. It was my cousin who got me into watching. I don't know if you know Japanese animation.
Yeah.
He got me into that. And then I got into that, and then I used to watch cartoons.
I find that weird. Anyway. I used to call that the constipated animation. So always like,
the way they sound.
The sweat's always.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah,
it's a Pokemon sort of.
Pokemon is it's an anime as well.
Yeah.
And Yu-Gi-Oh is quite a popular one.
Yeah, I don't know that well, but
like Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Was you into Pokemon?
I was when I was younger. Yeah. Not so much. I was more Yu-Gi-Oh.
My son, my 8-year-old's into it.
Yeah,
I managed to dodge it with 4 kids.
My little brother.
But my last one is.
But yeah, that was more what got me into film because I found it fascinating. Like Disney as well is so fascinating how they started with. It was literally just like a flip book.
Yeah.
Is how they did it. It's amazing, and I researched into it. And like if you search up the first ever animation film, which is called Phantasmagorie, it's French, hard to say, but it's so interesting how it's literally just chalk on a board. It's amazing. You think it's just like pictures is how they done it, and they just put it through a massive slideshow, and you have no idea what's going on in the animation, but it's just so clever. And I just got really intrigued to that, and I just stuck with it. I've been writing my own little story.
So, are you quite creative, as in good at drawing? If you have to do it, or is it all computer based now? You don't have to be creative as such.
It is mainly based on drawing,
right? With
animation, but like there's plenty of directors out there. Like you've never heard of this, but there's one called Kengan Ashura, and that's a Japanese animation, and the director has nothing to do with the drawings. He has nothing to do with it.
Okay,
but he works with the writer and the drawer.
Yeah,
and them two just work together to produce the animation.
Right. Okay.
So that's something that I want to do. I want to work with someone who knows how to draw, because I can draw, but I'm not amazing at it. I can't draw like actual people. It's difficult.
Well, Tarantino's the same, isn't he? He doesn't know how to operate a camera. He doesn't know about lighting, but he knows the vision that he wants.
Yeah.
And he knows to get the right people to create that vision.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you, with a director, that's pretty much all you need, really.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going down the route of like James Cameron, where you drop out of college and work as a lorry driver and then see in the newspaper, camera operator needed.
Yeah.
He just went into it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was very lucky to get into it, and then he worked on Alien and stuff like that, made his way up. But I'm more into like the animation, get a team together, and create a film, really. So, yeah.
So would you say you're more, would you like to aim for the lifelike style animation or cartoony?
More like, there's a animation out there called Castlevania, which is actually based on a game. You might have heard of it.
Castlevania's He-Man, isn't it?
I don't know. But there's an anime and a video game called Castlevania.
Okay.
And they did it. No, it's all right. And they did an animation on the game.
Right.
And it's Japanese animation related. Okay. So they stole the style and made it into their own anime. Right. That's something that I'd like to do, is work into something like that.
Okay, so it's more animation than film for you.
Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy film. I've like done boom operating. So with like a boom mic, mixed pre.
Could have done with him a year ago.
But have you seen his muscles? There's no way he's going to be tired after that.
He's got his dad's. Is his dad? Is what he is.
My dad's body.
Yeah, he's exactly the same as his dad. Yeah.
Because I've done that before and having to hold it up, and the scene.
His dad's always like that, and all.
Yeah, he is. Pigeon chest is what I call him.
If the scene goes on for ages and you're standing there like this, and you're just like, please hurry up.
You've done boom.
Heavy.
It's called the best way to do it is called an H pose. It's where you're like that.
Yeah.
But the way I do it is I actually hold it down here and I just hold it because you just rest it here, and then it's really easy. You just switch hands.
Yeah, it's all about how far it is as well, isn't it? You know, if it's going out miles and you've got to hold it up high because you can't have a boom going across the shot.
No, yeah,
it's all about the shot. It's all about what noises are going on. You know, sometimes you can get away booming up. Yeah, but it all depends what's going on above. You know what I mean? When we did it near that building site, that was impossible to boom up because
Which one?
When we shot Dusty. Oh, you wasn't there. You was doing Dusty, but you wasn't involved in the boom that time, was you? But we was trying to do a lot down and up, booming from the bottom. But sometimes that don't work, especially if there's a building further back with a noise from a jackhammer going off over there. Yeah, got to aim it the other way.
It is frustrating getting the microphone position.
It's a pain in the
arse. So what sort of you've just finishing up at Canterbury Christ Church. What sort of things did they teach you on the course then? What sort of, was it the very basics because you hadn't really started doing it at GCSE? Oh no, you did it at A levels, didn't you? The sixth one, but you didn't do it at GCSE. So you knew the basics. So it was just extending on what you already knew, or was there certain projects that you had to do? Or?
It was more, so we had the practical side. It was more 60-40, so 60% practical, 40% like theory. But to be fair, you was doing more practical than theory anyway, because it was all coursework. There was no exam. So it was pretty much just just coursework. So you're just writing up essays about things that you like about film. So it's all about your passion.
Right.
But the things they would teach you, they teach you everything. They would, like, first year, it was more like they were going over everything. I mean, I already learned everything that they were going over in first year in sixth form. So they were talking about Soviet montage, French New Wave and stuff like that. I don't know if you heard of any of them.
Not really,
because they're styles, aren't they?
Yes, they're styles. There's tons of them.
It's not sort of. It is more of the teaching you the not the basics, but the genres.
Yes, basically,
rather than filming yourself as such.
Yeah, it was. Basics. I mean, we had to act. Like there was always roles that we had to kind of split ourselves into groups, and if we didn't, then obviously our tutors would. And we had to split ourselves into groups and then give someone the director role, give someone the cinematographer role, someone the boom pole. Sometimes there'd be two people on the microphone operator because mix pre-3 is kind of difficult. Someone would be on the headphones sorting the mix pre. When, like, so say if you're outside, if the wind picks up, someone on the mix pre would turn it up or turn it down, type of thing.
Yeah, I've done that before.
So it would be like they'd split us up. And then they kind of just give us a role, like something to film. So make a horror film. They're like 2-minute horror film. Yeah, something like an example they would give us. Then we'd go off and make a 2-minute horror film. And we'd have to it wouldn't have to be scary as such to creep people out. It would just have to have that feel.
Yeah, it's the psychological side of it.
That feel of.
Yeah.
Of,
Have you ever
of
seen the
horror.
Blair Witch Project?
I've heard of it.
It's the one with the camera
It's
and
one
they
to
just
watch.
film.
It's one to watch. Hardly
It's-
anything happens, but it's shot in a way that is scary.
I think
It's shot.
is it?
It's like they go off into a woods.
With the camera.
Yeah, going to pretend to see the Blair Witch or something like that.
It's
isn't it? It's like a myth.
They
And,
try and bring
yeah,
it
we
back
just-
or
no, they
Ouija
just
board
think they're
type.
having a
I
good backpack.
have seen clips of it.
and then
I have,
she's basically holding the camcorder, like frightened, and you just see it's a really low shot of her holding the camcorder, filming herself, and then you just see movements behind and things like that. Well worth a watch.
Yeah, I'll have to
That
give
was
that a watch.
such a low budget and did so well. Yeah, that's a while back. Have you ever seen it, Rach?
Seen bits of it, but it was just.
But it's psychological.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing happening. It's not like a proper horror, you know, where they've got a mincemeat coming out the arm. And, you know what I mean? It's psychological. Of its time, it was, blew people away.
I bet.
But we always talk about music, don't we, in films? Because my daughter watched Stranger Things and she's 14, so she was like, Mum, I want to watch it. So I was like, okay. And when the scary bits turned up, she's like, right, you're going to have to mute it. And if you mute a film, it's not scary at all.
You watch any horror film muted, it's not
You're like,
the thing
okay.
is with film is I've actually just learnt sound because I took sound design as a module.
Oh, right.
So sound is so interesting. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It actually is so amazing. If you watch certain films like Terminator, it is sectioned out into, I think, 16 different sound parts. There is. You've got the movement of the robot. You know when the lava scene when he falls into the lava. There's 16 different sounds. There's the feet movement, the machine movement, gun movement, the music.
Yep.
And then the music you split into with all the instruments. So that all counts as one different sound. Then you've got obviously the vocal. Then you've got
like the background,
the background noise. You've got the factory noise, the lava noise. You've got people shuffling around in the background. All of it just comes together to make the film.
Yeah.
Without sound, there would be no film.
Yeah.
100%. Sound's more important than the shot sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Like, have you seen the end of Star Wars, the original Star Wars, without the music?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen Star Wars?
I have seen Star Wars.
Is that the
I love
scene
Star
where they get
Wars.
married?
No, they
you
don't
shown
get
me?
married. No one gets married.
No,
Well,
it's
they do. There is
the
a marriage in
ceremony
Star
or
Wars, but
something,
we
isn't
won't go
it?
into that. The original Star Wars, where they get the medals.
Yes.
So you got
Yeah,
Han
yeah.
Solo and Luke Skywalker walking up. You'll be able to find this on YouTube.
I have seen it.
Yeah.
I have seen it.
And
It's
they've
quite
taken
funny.
the music away.
Yeah.
And they're just walking there.
It's
And
just
it's
sounds.
embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I know.
They're just like, you know,
It makes you cringe, don't it?
but with a massive band behind, you know, doing a sort of what's the word? Like a
Epilogue.
I don't know. What's the word? I don't know. I'm too tired. You know, like a massive band
Yeah.
creating what is it when they do it? Oh,
Like a fanfare.
yeah, but like funfair style.
Fanfare.
Yeah. I know what you
Fanfare.
mean,
Funfair.
Like a
a fanfare style song in the background just creates the scene. You can change a film completely, the mood of a film completely, just by
Yeah, you
changing
can.
its sound.
Well, there's so many little things on Instagram and everything like that now. Like little bits like Harry Potter. They've removed like some of the scary scenes in Harry Potter and put different music to it. And it's so hilarious. It's funny. It's You look at it and think, my God, this isn't scary. It's actually really funny when they put different
Yeah.
music
It is
to
very
it.
different.
You can
So
change mood.
The
completely.
music makes the film completely, 100%.
And people don't realise this, but the music's affecting you more than anything. Because when I've watched Star Wars since I was like 3, do you know what I mean?
Very long time
Because I'm
ago.
quite a youngster. And
I love Star Wars.
you
though.
don't realise. I didn't realise until I studied it. I imagine that every character has their own bit of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you only really notice that when they're babies. You know, in the new ones, when they're babies and they're born, you realise their songs come out as they're being born. Did you notice that?
What with Luke and Leia?
Yeah, when
I
Luke
think
and
so,
Leia
yeah.
are born, their
They each
songs,
have-
their songs come out as they're being born.
Yeah, I've not
Yeah.
watched it that much in
Yeah.
depth.
Well, it's like
I'm not a loser.
it's like everybody says like Darth Maul and Darth Vader have the best theme songs
Yeah,
because obviously when Obi-Wan sees Darth Maul and his music comes
Yes.
on, it's
Yeah.
intense.
yeah,
And that's what that's what sound does. It's so it just changes your mood about everything.
without a doubt. Yeah.
If you was to have happy music on with Darth Maul,
Yeah, exactly. Then you just see him as a stupid character, as a Jar Jar Binks.
It'd
don't
be
you?
funny, yeah.
See him as a Jar Jar Binks.
But then filming, because you've done projects, obviously.
Yes.
So filming wise, because I remember we did a project and there had to be like this party scene. but we couldn't have music in this party scene. But you had to tell everyone, you need to dance like there is music. And it's so
was in here.
hard. It was in here.
Party scene was in here.
And it was so hard when people were like trying to dance, but trying to be all together dancing like they're dancing to
You're playing,
one bit of music.
playing it back with no music. It's so funny.
I know, I bet it is.
I was there, wasn't I? I had the silver G-string on, didn't I?
Yep.
Because
Gold top.
It was my character's home, so it was mental. Right? I had long hair, G-string on. I collect urine for a living.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
it's beautiful. It was the neighbour
just
of this
his
main
personal
character. The character's a neighbour, and yeah, it was just mental. And we just had people dressed up weird, and we were in here. We go right, action. All you can hear is stomp, stomp, stomp.
Yeah,
stomp.
it's just like,
Just
and
like-
everyone's going, "Well, we dancing too." Like, just like, yeah, woo.
yeah, it's,
And I put dubstep in the background,
Yeah.
didn't I? Yeah, came off all right though.
yeah,
Looked
it
good.
did.
yeah. There's loads of scenes like that that do the exact same thing. Vampire Diaries. I don't know if you know. You've probably
Yeah, I've heard of
that.
that.
I've heard of
yeah.
that. Yeah.
There's like our girlfriend is obsessed with it, and she told me, "Oh, there's this clip."
Oh, girlfriend. Let's stop a minute. Stop a minute. So is she got the Texas with you?
No.
Oh, hello. Oh,
How is
dear.
she feeling?
She's very obviously she's upset about it. It's a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
But,
God, I'm really bringing this out, aren't I?
yeah, yeah, it is a very
This
difficult.
is going to help the situation. isn't it? Sorry,
But,
lovely.
no,
What's
it's
her
all right.
name?
Laura.
Sorry, Laura. Sorry, Laura. We'll do a separate podcast with you when he's there. Find out about your new boyfriend.
Oh yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Send it direct to him.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Go on, carry
I'll
on.
be
Yeah.
crying. Like, just watching it. Oh god.
We'll get him on Zoom. We'll get him on Zoom. Go look.
Oh,
She's
that'd be
got
fun.
something
We could
to
do
tell
that.
you.
We could Zoom him halfway through his project. We said we'd have him back afterwards, see how he got on, and to tell us what Austin, Texas is like. But we could do it halfway through and see how you're getting on if you want.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, it's fun. So.
Okay. I'm sorry. Before I jumped into Laura, that sounds wrong as well. But before we spoke about Laura, what was we talking about?
Well,
I'm really good.
Talk about Vampire Diaries, weren't we?
Yeah,
go on.
sorry.
There's a dance scene in that as well, and
Yes.
she showed me the video, and it just looks ridiculous.
Oh right. So
It- It's like a video of them doing like classical dancing, like they're going like you know that dance
Yeah.
where they like
yeah,
face
but with
to
no
the-
music.
with no music.
Yeah.
It's silly.
Yeah.
But with my projects, we've not really done anything like that because we do all our music and sound separately. So we kind of like look at the scene and think this would go good over this. Do it last minute. Like I've done a lot for my group with GarageBand, with a couple of my projects.
Yeah. Which isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's GarageBand's quite fun, and there's loads of like samples that you match together.
Yeah,
and then
it's an iPhone music, Apple Music app basically. But you get it on your iPhone, you get it on your iPad. Usually, get a cheap version on there.
Yeah, we do it on the Mac.
Yeah, on
It
the
would
Mac.
be
Yeah,
easier,
yeah. I've had that on the Mac before. It's all right.
Because then you can go the other extreme, sort of like of Bridgerton, where they have really up-to-date music, but in a classical form. And I think that's amazing. Like they had like a Billie Eilish one on there.
Yeah, they did that with
Doctor Who the other day.
Well, they also did it with Elvis, with the new Elvis film.
I didn't notice that on the Elvis film. What
Yeah,
did
so
they play?
Elvis, they played the new Doja Cat song.
Are we old, Rach? Who are they?
Well, don't.
Oh yeah, Doja Cat. Yeah. Doja Cat, yeah.
It's if you heard it, you'll know it.
Right,
Is the
okay.
thing. But when I was watching Elvis and I heard that, I was like, "What have they done?" It really put me off because I was like,
You're an Elvis lover.
Well, I like the Elvis music.
Yeah.
And when it's a film about Elvis, you think the music's going to be Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, you think it's going to stay with the times of a film like
exactly,
that.
and
Yeah.
the time zone and
He can't get rid of the
era
accent,
and
can
stuff.
he? The actor, he can't get rid of it.
No, I don't blame him. It's
He
quite.
had to have training to come out of it because he was
He's-
just his
apparently
acceptance
all the other
speech to
roles he's
something.
doing, he's still got that Elvis accent.
I don't think it is now because he had to have coaching.
Oh, did
to
he have
bring
to,
it?
to come out of it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
blimey.
was just after, I think he got an award for it, or he got some sort of award. And when he went to do his acceptance speech, he was
Thank you
still
very
in
much.
that. Yeah. And they were like, right, we need to get him some coaching to get out of that.
Yeah.
That's
Dear
quite
me,
funny.
mate. So what are you using editing wise? Like Adobe, do they have at the
We use-
Canterbury?
The main one that we use is called Avid Composer.
I use Avid.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
use Avid. Well, a version of Avid, yeah.
Yeah, so we use the one our uni gives us is Avid Composer and Premiere Pro.
Oh,
So
right,
we use
okay.
both.
So Avid
and After
Composers for the
Effects.
audio.
Well, we
Or video as well.
they taught us it to do the whole film on Avid. But majority of us stick with Premiere Pro.
Yeah, Premiere Pro is more industry standard, but I picked up, because I taught myself 20 odd years ago, and I picked up Pinnacle Studio, which is a part of Avid.
Oh, right.
And I'm so fast on it that I want to move over to Premiere Pro, but I'm 3 times faster on the one I know.
Yeah,
but that's like Lightroom and Photoshop. They've got this new one out now, haven't they, with all the AIs in it. Photoshop I can handle, but Lightroom, it slows me down so much because they've moved everything and they've changed. It's still the basics, but I'm like, well, where's this gone? So you have to go searching for it, and I'm like, just give me my old one back, and I'm so much faster on it.
It's a hard one, isn't it? Because you want the latest stuff. And don't get me wrong,
I have time to learn it.
Yeah, I had version 2 when I first bought Pinnacle Studio. It's on version 26 now or something, right?
That's how old
it's still the language is still the same. Do you know what I mean? It's still the same, and I know where everything is. And it's just having the time to transfer over. And then you've got to ask yourself, why am I transferring over? It's not as if I'm sharing projects with someone. If I was sharing projects with someone and they're using Adobe and I'm using Adobe, it's easier to share them. And it would be a nightmare. It would be impossible to share them if you were doing it the other way. You'd have to keep creating a film or MP4 or something. But I don't. You know, I do all the stuff myself 99% of the time. So I've got no reason to change over. So, yeah. That's me anyway. So,
let's talk about me.
No, but Avid is good. Like, I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed learning it. But we've always stuck. Like, my group has always stuck with Premiere Pro. We like our last project we just done, which is about like a science. What was it? A science-based breach. Like, there was like a creature escaped and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
We don't actually have the creature in the
was
film.
It like a rhino loose in the city, was it?
No, it was like I don't know if you've heard of SCPs.
SCPs.
SCPs. It's like it's quite popular on the internet. If you was to search up SCP
what's it stand
on
for?
YouTube, I can't remember.
SCP.
Science something.
SCP. Creature.
Science
protection.
Could be.
Science creature protection.
Right, okay.
I can't remember, but
and that creature is an SCP, yeah?
It's called an SCP. Yeah, it's called an SCP, and it's a lot to
like a mutation of something.
Well, yeah, that's what we did, and it escaped.
Yeah.
Basically, if you see a picture of it and you look at its face, it hates it. It will feel the fact that you've looked at its face. It will kill you. Basically, it'll come out of nowhere and it'll kill you. It'll chase you to the ends of the earth.
Rachel, I didn't realise you were an SCP. I look at your face. You want to kill me?
That's just marriage.
But that's what this one does, and we finished that film on
So did you animate it and everything?
No, that's the thing. Like, it was all over the place. So I wasn't very happy with it in the end. Neither was the scriptwriter. He wasn't happy with it because it was all over the place. It wasn't planned properly, and it was our second year film. We wanted it to be really good. But
so you have, like you said, you have a team of people.
Yes.
So you've got all these people. So you have to make sure everyone's happy with it, because
we do.
You put in this one project all together. You don't but then you get marked individually.
Yeah, it's kind of like, so it was meant to be a multiple choice film.
Right.
So
okay.
we were going to do it on YouTube, edit it on YouTube, and make a multiple choice film.
Right, like Netflix, you can do.
Yeah. There's, I can't remember what the name of the film.
I love that. Where you make the story.
Yeah. That's basically what we were going to do. But it took so long to film, and when it came to editing, it was just all over the place. Like, the scenes weren't in the correct order, and it was all over the place. So we didn't have all the scenes that we needed as well. And we did that all on Premiere Pro. So we were all like switching it out. And with our group, if like at the beginning, one of our group members is like, I don't like the idea, then we have to kind of fit in with what they think of it. Why don't you like the idea? And if they're like, oh, it's too cliche, or it's too boring, or that won't get audiences' attention type of thing, then we kind of scrap that idea, and then we put our ideas together and have to restart all over. But
how many people in your group then?
So there was scriptwriter, producer. A producer and scriptwriter were like, he did both. Yeah. So he did the script writing and producing because he wanted an extra role.
Yeah.
Then we have director, sound operator, which is boom mic and mix pre. Then you had the editor, which I was editing, and then we had the cinematographer, and then that was it. And then we had the actors.
So you've got 6 people there that you've got to please, basically.
We've got to
people
work
that
together.
all have
Yeah,
to
we
say
had
yes
to
on the
work
idea.
together.
And
Yeah.
look, you're youngsters, and don't take that as a criticism.
No.
But there must have been a few rows going on, was there? Or
To be
are you
fair-
lot pretty civil when you're
Yeah, we
you're
were
at university, then you've usually got an head screw
Yeah,
on.
I mean, we were all right, to be fair. Like, our previous projects that we all did together, because it's the same group pretty much, we all worked really well. I mean, our cinematographer is amazing, so we kept him. And our sound operator was brilliant, so we kept him as well. So we put them together, and then there was obviously me. I wanted to try something else. I want to do everything. So I've already done directing. I directed a documentary, and then I've already done cinematography. I did that in first year. I've already done acting. I've done loads of acting for my groups because I don't like acting. So kind of have to step in and be like, I'll do it.
But you don't want to do acting for a living, you don't think?
No, I mean, I'm the type of, like, I'd love to direct and be in my films.
Yeah,
I'd
that's what
love
I
to do that.
Like-
yeah,
like
exactly.
That's the only way I can
Tarantino, he
get,
does
that's the only
that.
way I
I'd
can
love
get
to
in
do
my
it.
films.
Yeah,
no one
I'd love
actually
to do
wants
it.
you there. That's the thing. They're like, oh, okay.
I always play the weirdo role, don't
Yeah,
I?
that's very true.
Yeah, but I that's what I'd love to do.
But that must be hard because some people, like you said, aren't actors. So they go to film school and to learn this, and then they're like, but you have to act now. I wouldn't mind being behind the camera, but in front of it, I'd be like, no, thank you.
Yeah, that's the thing. With our uni, we are allowed to mingle with the drama class and acting classes. We are
So you
allowed to
can
do
bring them
that.
in.
But they don't, whenever we advertise for acting or actors, like we have to put up posters around the uni,
Yeah.
get nothing really. We get like 1 or 2, and then we have to kind of be like, we have to take them because we have to got the other actors.
Especially if they're
Even if they're not very good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But that's part of a director, bring out the best of them.
it is. The director has to,
Keep it natural.
the vision
you know,
and everything.
Yeah. Stop staring at the camera.
Yeah. But I played a main part in one of our best films, which was about a doppelganger film.
All right.
All right, okay. Would you use your dad for that?
No, so I played 2 roles. I played as a guy called, what was his name? Dan, I think I played as. And then I played as Dan Doppelganger. So our doppelganger, there's loads of different versions of doppelgangers. There's ones that look exactly like you, act exactly like you, and blah, blah, blah. Our one was like a creature. So he like copied, like became that person and just looked like it and was learning the ways of being a human.
It's deep, isn't it, for youngsters?
Yeah.
And he got caught. He got caught by his friend, Dan's friend.
Take some notes, Rachel. We're happy.
Still his idea.
Go on.
He got caught by his friend. Like obviously, the doppelganger got caught by the friend, and by the fact that Dan was allergic to peanuts, and he brought out peanuts as a snack, and he went to go eat them.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's
and
how
then
they
he was
think.
kind of like confused. So he was like, "Do you want a drink?" Blah blah blah. So he went and got drinks, and that's where he saw his friend Dan dead on the floor, like just crumbled up into a corner.
Right.
We
Very
acted
good.
it out as if like I was shoved into the corner, like almost like my body was compressed, moved into the corner.
Right, okay,
Like that's how
yeah.
my body. I was dead.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's on YouTube as well. It's quite.
I want to see that.
It's quite a good.
Yeah.
It's quite
So
a good film.
send me the link afterwards.
Yeah, I will.
Or tell everyone how they can search it.
Well, it's not on my YouTube channel.
He's already backpedaling.
It's on my mate's YouTube channel who he directed it.
Right, so how do we search it? What's
You
the title?
just type in Gillian Letelier. He was the director of the film.
Who?
Gillian Letelier.
Gillian Natalia. Like I'm going to spell that.
I'll send it to
Did you go to the same school as me? Did you go to Northfleet School for
Yeah, I
Boys?
did. Yeah.
God, and you can spell that. Right, okay.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
So with these projects, how long do they take then? So that project in particular that you were talking about, that was your favourite,
Yeah,
right?
that was our best one in
Right.
my opinion. I mean, and the my documentary was amazing in my opinion. It was brilliant.
And what
It
was that about?
That was about a semi-pro boxer, actually, on my mate called Jack.
Okay.
He's a semi-pro boxer. I think it's for Quest. Is it Quest, the boxing?
Yes, I believe
Quest,
it is.
I think
Yeah,
it is.
I believe so.
Yeah, he's like a semi-pro heavyweight champion.
Right.
In I don't know what I think it's. I'm not sure if it's divisions or it's. I don't know how they do it in boxing, but he's holding like a title right now. So we filmed it. He lost, unfortunately.
Literally, our last guest on the Monday
that's-
was a
he's-
boxer.
No,
He's
I
what
saw it.
that
Oh,
was.
right,
Yeah,
okay.
I saw it. Yeah,
Right.
and he lost it unfortunately. But he knows. I know if he's watching this, he could have done better. He could have done better. I know because he's huge. If you saw him, he's massive. He's literally, you look at him and you think, yeah, he's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
He'd come on the show if he wants.
Yeah, he'd love it. Directing it he had loads of fun. I mean, we only had to do a 5-minute documentary, I think.
Mm-hmm.
5-minute documentary. And then the rest of it, we were going to make a long one. Yeah. That's still in the process.
And it's sad how you've got to cut stuff out that you really want to keep it.
We really wanted to make a longer one. And we asked our tutors, can we make a long one and you mark us on it just for the first 5 minutes? They were like, no, it needs to be first 5 minutes. It has to be 5 minutes with credits and the lot. So we had to do that.
But I mean, for a documentary like that, I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but what can you get in that? How do you scale it down? Yeah, how do you scale it down?
It was so fun. It was 5 minutes. It was so easy, honestly. It was like, so I asked Jack. I was asking the questions we had it all set up almost like this. Jack, but it was a dark room. And we had a spotlight on him and a microphone attached to him here,
just like the face-off type of boxing.
Yeah, that's what we did. Yeah. So we had it to the corner at the side of the TV, like the shot. Yeah, on the right side, you can picture it like on the right side. You're on the right side there. Yeah, like that. And I was asking him questions like, what was I asking him? I was asking like, so what got you into boxing? Yeah, and then he was like, oh, bullying got me into boxing. He got bullied quite badly, and then I was like, okay, so how did you get bullied? Why did you get bullied? What did your parents think? I was just asking everything to do with how he got into boxing. Yeah. We kept all the important parts, and where he was talking, we didn't have him talking all the time.
Like montage.
Yeah, it was a montage. That's what we did. Yeah. So we had videos of him fighting, training, because we got it all. Yeah. We were able to go to his boxing fight.
So
we got permission.
You still have his voice going over the top.
Yeah, basically.
That's the best way of doing it. You're capturing so much good.
So you couldn't really go into depth about much more because obviously you had to limit.
I think it was 3 minutes. I can't remember. I suppose 3 or 5.
Titles and credits. And like that as well.
Yeah, and he has a nickname called Big Sully, so that's what we called it. We called it Big Sully, and we sent it to him and he loved it because he was seeing a montage of him fighting, him talking about his life, and then we wanted to get a longer version in it, and that was just going to have his coaches in it. Yeah, because he has 3 coaches. He has his trainer and then the other 2 that actually coach him for boxing. Obviously, his trainer does as well, but. And then we were going to get like him eating food, like what his diet's like everything. Yeah. But because it was only 5 minutes, we wasn't able to put it all together. It's still in the process though. Like I've asked, because I directed it, so I've asked my editor to put it together. But he's been taking his time, so it's kind of like
that's the downside of it. Yeah, when you're working in a team of 6
you have to wait,
well.
kind of like.
So when you do the projects, you have to, like you just said, sort of. You could be doing nothing for a little while until you're waiting for like the sound guy to do it and the lighting guy to do it, and all these bits that you're then waiting, or do you overlook all of those bits because you're editor? I mean,
if I'm the editor, so I was editing for our last project. I was helping out with everything. Right. Okay. So I was helping out with moving lights to different rooms. Yeah. Taking things to like cars and stuff, helping the cinematographer with handling it because we did a lot of handheld. So obviously we still had a gimbal which could keep it still, but it can sometimes still shake a little bit. So it was kind of like helping him with that. I was helping out with everything. So like if you're doing a role like an editor where you're not really needed, it's always good to go on there anyway, because say for an example your actor doesn't turn up. Your actor's going to have to be the editor or someone who's not doing it, or the producer, because the producer's not doing much. But our producer, obviously, he did the script, so he was helping out the director with the actor with the script. And the director did act in it as well. So
do you remember the days when you used to watch a film without wondering how they'd done it?
Yes, I do. Because now I'm not like that. I've forgotten
those days.
Like, every time I watch a film, I'm like, that is beautiful cinematography.
Yeah, I could do that. I could take that.
I always work out how I can do it on my budget. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And there's more than one way to skin a cat. Do you know what I mean? There's so many different ways you can achieve exactly the same thing.
But I hate
for far less budget than what they used.
I hate watching films with him because he's like, oh, that sounds really bad. Oh, this. I'm like, Limitless.
That's what my girlfriend's like.
Limitless is the one for me. It's a nice example to show someone that doesn't know how to, that's not used to filming or not used to creating. Have you seen Limitless?
With Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. Yeah. Is it a tablet he takes? It's been a while. As soon as he takes a tablet, watch what happens.
Because it goes into like a fuzzy air.
It's more vivid. It's just like a normal film. As soon as he takes one, you watch the grading. The grading changes completely.
I suppose. And then when he
It
comes
becomes
down,
more vivid and you watch it.
Yeah.
And I pointed that out to a friend who's not. He's like, I've never noticed that before. So just watch it. Wait till he takes the tablet and watch the difference.
Because I've watched, I was watching Sabrina, the Netflix version. No,
From Limitless to Sabrina.
it's a similar thing with Sabrina, the new one on Netflix, and it's quite dark. So me and my daughter were watching it, and before she turns, because she has to basically sign over to become a witch, before she actually does that, it's really dull and a similar thing, and all the edges are like a bit blurry. And then as soon as she's a witch, everything's crisp, everything's like bright colours and everything like that. And you, it's
just like audio, just like saying
lighting is just as
it's
important.
doing it and you don't even realise.
Yeah. And everyone just sits there like, oh, that's
It's
a
always
good film.
subliminal
But all the
stuff.
little bits he picks out now, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I'll pick it all out. Mate.
Hate
No, I'm the same. It's like we were, me and my girlfriend were watching Green Book the other day.
I think I've seen Green Book.
no.
Have I?
Green Book, I highly recommend it.
Was it a film?
Yeah.
Or?
It's a film about Dr. Shirley, his name is, and he's an old musician.
Okay.
And he was like, it was back in the 1950s, and it was a very racist era, and he was black. He was he basically hires a Italian from New York, who's racist as well, didn't like black people either. They become best friends, but the lighting, the film's called Green Book, and I was saying to Laura, I was saying to her, look at the lighting. I was like, look out the lighting. Everything's green. It's a shade of green.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she was like, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, look, watch. The scene changed. The outer lighting was green.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're in like a shower. There's like a shower scene that's quite like sad and like upsetting. But they go in and it's not like blue lighting from like the moon.
Yeah,
it's green.
It's green.
And it's just clever how like the film is called Green
The viewer
Book.
doesn't really notice it.
No, it doesn't. And she was like, how did you notice that? And I was like, I just saw it. I just thought to myself, you know what, the film's called Green
Because
Book.
we
and
can
the
no
light's
longer
green.
enjoy films.
I know,
We can
honestly.
no longer enjoy. The other thing is, what was I going to say? Baby Reindeer.
Yes.
I've got a friend who's creating a film, and from what I've seen, have that.
Oh, you're
way off, Sam.
Yeah,
You're way off. I tried to tip you off.
Yeah.
We couldn't
Actually,
even
why that
say
does that, we've got a drawer. So I thought I'd do it when the thing
right.
hit the
Oh,
floor.
right,
We
okay.
got a drawer, right? So this is for people that have liked, shared, and all that. Okay, it's £100. Whoever. I was going to say
said-
Paul. Whoever Paul. Sorry, Harry. Harry's going to pick one name out. He's going to read it.
No, we said when we got our YouTube plaque,
Yeah, when
this
we-
is in.
Yeah, I
you
think
know,
I saw your video. You did a video.
Yes.
Didn't you? Yeah, I think I
We
saw
said,
it.
yeah.
Some old rubbish video we did. Yeah, bad lighting. It was all green. But so whoever you pull out wins
Okay.
£100.
All right.
Right, so try and do someone local, so I don't have to
Alright.
travel to the Philippines.
If it is, that's going to be so
quite funny.
weird.
PayPal it over. Don't worry, I'll PayPal it over.
Mumsy Ed
Mumsy Ed.
or Mumsy Ed
Mumsy.
or Mumsied.
Look, I'm too. I can't even read that.
Mumsied.
You print it out
Mums.
really.
Mumsied. That's your YouTube name. Congratulations, you've won 100 British pounds. I don't know what that is in where you're from. That sounds a bit racist, but I don't mean to be. But congratulations, £100 coming to you. Everyone else, thank you for entering. Really appreciate it. And we'll have some more competitions soon, so don't give up on us. Still, please like and share. Very appreciative of it. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so well done anyway, Mum. Well done, my mum. I'll just drop it off to you. Mumsy Ed. Yeah. I love a good YouTube name, didn't you?
Yeah.
Congratulations. All right. Okay, where was I?
Right, baby reindeer.
Baby
Yes.
Reindeer. My mate has created a film. He sent me the script and I love it. I don't think it's ever been done before. It's a little bit Black Mirror-ish.
Oh right.
Oh, yes, yeah. I know.
And he said, I want to shoot it like Baby Reindeer. And my only advice to him was, don't. Right?
No, in what style, though?
In that dark
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah.
You know, it's very dark.
It's dark.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I said, it's easy to bring a
Light.
blank lighting down,
Mm.
but it's impossible. If you change your mind and say, and you shot it all, and you've changed your mind, actually, I don't want it this mood anymore. I want to
Yeah.
go, it's hard to go dark up.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
So
'cause
just
of
keep
grading.
it, do all that in post. Do all that in post, edit that lighting. All right, there's going to be times when you just want one spot on someone. That's completely different.
Mm.
But shoot it all. That's my advice anyway. I might be wrong.
Mm.
If you decide what lighting you're going to have before you shoot it, it's a different thing. But he's got nowhere to go if he shoots it in that style from day one.
He's better off doing it in like a mix of cold and warm lighting.
Yeah.
And then after that, in like you said, in post,
Post,
then he can
change
just
it.
grade it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to
100%.
do it.
Don't know where I'm going with that now. Now that's fallen off the wall and we've done that. I don't know. I did have a point for saying that. But, I look forward to working on that with him because that's going to be good. I think he wants me to act in it. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
bloody
what weirdo character that's going to be. But I'm looking forward to that. Oh, sorry, I'm knocking mics. Right, where were we?
So I'm going to go back to Texas now then.
Of course you are.
Not me literally.
If only.
So what
It's hot
did
in here, guys. Sorry about this. It's boiling.
It is hot.
It is with all the lights and
It's
everything.
when.
Did you look at other film schools like around the world?
Yeah,
or-
so we had it was North America,
Mhm.
but I think there was other places involved. My second choice was what was it? Canada. It was
okay.
University of Victoria,
Mhm.
which is massive.
Mm.
It's a massive university, and I was so close to going there as well because if you look at it, it's beautiful. It's amazing there. It's so nice, and I love like wildlife and stuff like that, and that's what it's in the middle of.
I mean, I go to
So-
Canada a lot. I've got family in Canada,
Yeah.
so
It's
I can.
amazing out there.
but you've got, if you don't want it too cold, you've got a good 8 months.
Yeah, that's
Full on.
yeah. I mean, but the thing is like I'm with heat. I'm not good with either.
Oh right.
Bloody hell, so you're
So-
going to go to
yeah,
Texas,
I know,
which
I
is
know.
literally
But-
30 plus.
Good thinking, son. Yeah. Good planning.
I know it is, but I'm gonna get used to it. I'll get used to it. It's the thing.
You will. You'll be cold every time you come back here.
Probably,
You're
yeah.
acclimatised to it.
I'll get used to it. But I had the choice between loads. There was, I can't remember how many in total, but I was looking at Arkansas as well.
Oh, right,
Arkansas
yeah.
University. Try and remember them all now. One that I will never get out of my head is one's called Slippery Rock. So that
Cool.
that-
That's close.
yeah, so Slippery Rock. That's a quite like that was one that was
Whereabouts is that?
a lot of like interest, but I'm not too sure where it was, if I'm honest. Yeah, no, I'm not too sure.
It's
I'd
just the
have
name
to-
and you're like,
it's just I remember that. I'll never. Oh, Florida was one as well. There was
Imagine
two
it's
in
not
Florida.
far from Busch Gardens, is it? Slippery Rock. Sorry.
But there must have been some in LA and everything like that because that's sort of like the main hub.
Yeah,
isn't it,
surely
of-
there's loads in LA.
Yeah, LA. There wasn't one. I don't think.
Really?
I don't think there was one. Or was there one? I'm not too sure now. If there was one. There was two in Florida. I remember that. Yeah, I don't think there was one in LA.
And Texas just took it for you.
Texas State is just the best one on the list. It was honestly, if you see it, yeah, you can. It's huge.
I was
It
going to
is
say, imagine
massive.
how I can just imagine how big it's.
It is huge. They have something like
Probably a city in itself.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I can't even remember what their population is for their students. It's a lot.
And you into
Wow.
sports as well, I'm sure.
I
you
love
are.
sport.
So
Yeah, so
you're a
I'm
baseball
gonna go.
lover?
No,
Mate,
not
You're gonna
really.
have
But
to,
I'm
if you're
gonna go.
over
Do you
there.
know what?
I'm gonna go into everything.
In my life, baseball has nearly taken over football.
Really,
Honestly, I love it.
I know out there they love it,
Oh, they
and I
know.
know like out there if a baseball game's on, it's like family over barbecue.
Oh,
type of-
yeah,
like-
yeah.
like-
People stopped, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Like,
They're like,
I've
"Baseball's
been a
on."
Blue Jays fan for 30 years, right? And it's only recently that I've been able to watch a lot more games. But I went to a game. My son's 30 this year. I'm 50 this year. So we went to Toronto for the weekend. Mental, but we went there for a weekend, watched 2 games. But the first 4 or 5 innings, people are just meeting each other. They're not even watching they're just glancing over it like it's a TV.
Yeah.
Most stadiums now you can walk all the way around.
Yeah.
There's bars and everything, and families doing stuff.
Well,
you know.
when we went out there with the kids, we took the kids to a game, didn't we? And me and Tilly got lost for 2 hours because
Yeah.
we were just walking around the stadium.
Mate, honestly, it's a
cool.
different lifestyle.
Yeah.
But once you work out the tactics, the way they're throwing the ball, they're doing a slider and curveball, and they're trying to get the guy to swing. Even like not everything's a fastball, and
No,
a strike.
yeah.
They're just trying to get him to swing, and they're nowhere near. They're out of the box. You know what I'm on about?
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
certain zone
yeah,
that they
yeah.
got to hit in. Once you work out those tactics and bringing on a pitcher just to finish a game, I've seen times when they brought on 5 pitchers, and one of them hasn't even lasted an innings. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do they call it an innings?
I'm not too sure.
I think they
Yeah.
did, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, an innings. Sorry, I'm half cricket going on here, but you've got to watch it and get in.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go to everything over there.
Yeah.
I wanna see NBA. Apparently, NBA is quite disappointing.
That's the only thing I've not seen NBA.
Apparently, NBA is quite disappointing. I went to Amsterdam 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, beginning of June. And like we bumped into this Canadian guy. Like we were on a cruise.
Is he a Raptors fan or something?
He was talking to me about hockey, ice hockey. He said you have to go watch ice hockey. He said it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I haven't seen
He
that
said
anywhere.
over here, he said over in like, he said because you were from the UK, he said Premier League is your thing, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, I was like, football's it's massive in England. And he was like, oh yeah. He was like, hockey's the biggest thing in like Canada.
Yeah.
He was like, we love it. He said, you got to take your girlfriend to a hockey game. And she was like, because she'll love it. And she was kind of shaking her head like,
No, not going.
No,
Just
The thing is, but you can with American. You know, I know it's Canada, but it's literally the same thing.
Yeah,
like, chilled out
very
Americans.
similar.
They can entertain. They know how to entertain. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Whether the game's going on or not, there'd be something going on when the play stops.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah.
So she'll enjoy it. She would enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I bet she will. I mean, she's always kind of like sports anyway. Like sort of.
What I love about hockey is they can be playing and then a fight breaks out. But the commentators don't go, oh, we're going to break away while they fight. They start commentating on the fight. Oh, we need to jab a little bit more. What? It's like come on, you
They
two.
love it.
Go on, you two. Just go in the sin bin for a little bit. I know you've just punched the shite out of each other. Just go in there for a little bit.
Yeah, they love it. They do.
They love it.
But like Austin, I know Austin's got a massive culture scene and massive music scene as well. So that would always be good.
Yeah, there's actually a as soon as I go out there, the end of August, there's a massive film and music festival, and it's one of the biggest ones. It's not as big as the big. I can't remember what the film festival is called now. I think it's in France.
Cannes.
Yeah, that's it. That's obviously that's number one. That one in Texas is huge though, and it's music and film. So they do massive film screenings, and then they do massive stadium with music. So
You're into your music as well? Or?
I do like my music. I mean, when I was younger, I used to do drumming in second grade. So I used to love drumming. I used to do lessons in secondary school as well, but I kind of drifted away from it. I wasn't too interested in that. I did like, I don't know if you've heard of Ableton Push.
Oh.
It's like an editing software for music.
Ableton
Live.
Okay.
I got into that, and my dad wanted me to get into it as well. He's going to help me, but I kind of drifted away from that again. Like music kind of came and go. Like it was kind of like I wasn't really feeling it as much as film. But that's music's alright. I do like listening to it. So yeah.
So visa wise for Texas, how does that work? Because obviously because I think visas you have to have 90 days that you aren't allowed. You can go to Texas for 90 days, but then you have to come back. So how's the?
So it's it was quite a difficult process because the Texas, all their websites, America websites, are awful. They are absolutely awful. Like the visa one, to get a visa with Texas, kept kicking us out every 2-3 minutes, kicking us out of the actual asking us questions. Click. You'd have to save it every time. If you didn't, you'd have to restart. And it's so they have so much money out there. Just sort of fix your websites. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the UK has better websites than that, and I'm thinking America has amazing stuff, but their websites are awful. And it costs £500 for a 1-year visa. When my mate who I'm going with, lucky enough, got 5. I don't know if that's like an admin issue or
can you get an extension if you wanted it?
I think so, but it all depends on when I go, because I'm going to the American Embassy on the 1st of July.
Okay.
To actually do my visa.
Because you have to have like a medical as well, don't you? You have to have
our medical insurance is completely covered.
Right, okay.
Which is really good. It's covered by the university. So
that's all right.
we can there's like a program where we can claim it all back.
Right.
Type of thing. So we'll be paying for it and then we claim it all back.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're not really paying for it.
Yeah.
We're paying nothing. And you do have to go out there with health insurance, because if anything happens to you,
there's
then
no NHS there, mate.
there's nothing you can do. You have to do you know what I mean? Yeah, and with guns being legal and out there, you know.
Yeah. It's quite hard to sort out a bullet wound with a plaster.
Yeah, exactly.
I just go in the kitchen.
I mean, that's what my mate wants to do. As soon as we land, he was like, let's pack our stuff away, get to our place, and go to a shooting range. And I was like, I don't think I want to be doing that, because I'm going to be a bit jet lagged. But
literally, let's roll off the plane.
It's a bit of a long plane. We're in the same building, but not in the same flat.
Right,
so
okay.
we're in a place called Sanctuary Lofts. It's not owned by Texas State, but they work with Texas State.
Right.
Oh, right.
And
So it's like residential.
yeah,
like
it is like a hall. It is residential halls,
Yeah.
but it's really nice. It is. There's a pool outside and everything. It's
Brilliant.
lovely. And my mate he's a Christian, and there's a church right next door, so it was like perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know what I
good.
mean? So
That's sweet.
yeah, it's perfect
It's nice
for him.
to see
and
someone that age be a Christian, really.
he's
That
1
sound
year
right?
older than he's
Is that what I mean?
21. Yeah, he's strict as well.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he wants to try a
really
gun out.
into it. Yeah, he does. he loves it.
My kind of Christian.
He keeps talking to me about trying all the food out there as well.
Mm.
He's obsessed with
Like
like fast food. And stuff.
barbecues
Yeah, that I can't
barbecues
wait
is a
for
massive thing
because
out there.
out there, their Texas barbecue like shacks. There's one massive one over there. I think in San Antonio, and it opens at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
And
So you can have breakfast,
you
lunch,
can,
and
you
dinner.
can literally, it opens at 6 a.m. You can go there and you can have barbecue.
Are you
for breakfast.
now like swayed?
Like they have like it's huge. They use like massive
Rotisseries.
yeah, huge things, massive like barbecues and stacks of meat in it, like massive circular like tunnel things. I don't even know what they use, but massive and brisket. Like
Yeah.
I'm
ribs,
just going there for
Beef.
that coffee shop lady. Do you know the one I'm on
yeah.
about? It's the coffee shop lady. She does it.
We'll show you later, don't
Can't tell
worry.
you.
Yeah, I'm not too
But
sure.
you've got to go and see her.
Oh right, okay.
Oh,
But yeah, he really wants to try all the food out there, and I'm looking forward to it as well. But I'm going to space it out through the year. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna,
you get
I'm
there
gonna
and just
get fat.
overdose.
so will you have to
Way too
work?
fat.
Are you going to look for part-time work, or has Dad sorted
Unfortunately,
you out?
well, he wants to, but
Oh, bless
the
him.
thing is if I go out over there and they catch me doing work, it's illegal.
Oh, right, is it?
Yeah, my
Oh,
visa
right,
doesn't
okay.
allow me to do work.
Right,
over
so it's
there.
not a working visa,
unless
it's a
I'm working.
study
Yeah,
visa.
unless I'm working on campus. It's
Right,
different
okay.
because my visa is a study visa,
Right. Okay.
student visa. So with that, I think I can get cheaper flights as well, but I'm not too sure.
Okay.
But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
but
Oh,
my
so you haven't
dad's-
sorted your flight out yet? Either?
No, I haven't. I have to. It is better. Like the guys
see.
who run it at Christ Church, they have to. They basically said to me, it's better to wait for your visa.
Yeah, because if you haven't
Okay.
got it
Yeah,
yet,
because
yeah,
if you haven't got it and you're having issues with it and you've booked your flight, like
Yeah, it's not ready.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not ready
Absolutely.
before you go. You just have to tell Texas State and then go out there later. Basically,
So when will you actually be starting your learning?
What's your first day?
my learning starts the 28th, I believe.
Yeah.
Of-
28th of August.
Oh, August. Right.
And then I go out there on the 17th of August. And their freshers event, which is like all the new people that come there, it starts on the 14th.
Right, okay.
So,
So even though you're in your third year, you're still a freshman, aren't you? Or-
there I will be because I'm 20.
Of course,
so,
yeah.
like,
yeah, because it's
over there it's
slightly
21.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Oh, you'll be
yeah.
a baby
Frat,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
frat parties and
yeah, there's loads going on over there. I've joined loads of groups on this this app called GroupMe.
yeah,
If I'm honest, some of the stuff they talk about is just stupid.
yeah.
It is, but yeah, they're always talking about parties. Oh, there's a party on this weekend. There's a party on Wednesday.
Oh my
There's a party on here, there.
It'd be like
there.
American Pie.
Yeah.
And then one of them said, I think one of them was talking about, who wants to go to the lakeside, and
Yeah,
like blah
yeah.
blah this and that, and I was just thinking to myself, yeah,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Love to
We
go.
don't even have lakes. We've got Greenwich Pond. Greenwich Pond.
Like, over there, honestly, that is so different.
Yeah,
It's,
it is.
I'm really looking forward to
Yeah.
it. I am.
Yeah, it's
Do you
gonna be a
think-
great experience
Do
for
you
you?
think you'll stay?
I can't. I'll get deported
Right.
if I try and stay.
Mm.
And if
If
they find
they
out.
offered you a job though, because you can do a working.
I think I can do an
visa, can't
internship if I find
If they
like
sponsor
something to
you.
do with film. Yeah, and if they sponsor me to do it. So if the University of Texas were to turn around and be like, "We'll sponsor you," it'll probably increase my visa,
Yeah.
and then I can probably do an internship somewhere like
Yeah.
to do with film.
Mm.
But their film over there is massive as well.
Well, if you're anything like your dad, you'll be somewhere else because he's been in. Is it Dubai? He's been in for a while. Or?
He lived there for. I'm probably going to get this wrong. No, I'm
Oh,
not.
so he's
He
not
lived
there now?
No, he's not. He lived there for 14 years.
Really?
Yeah, 14 years, and
So is he based
He-
here now?
yes, yes and no. He's Netherlands and Ireland. In
Oh,
between.
right,
He's
okay.
in between. So he finished in Netherlands this year.
He's an engineer, isn't he?
It's
right, you don't
I
even
don't
know.
I don't know how to explain.
Happy to have your money, Dad.
He's explained it to me so many times.
Happy for you to fund him, Dad. Dad, he's happy for you to fund him, Paul. You should just fund this podcast instead, Paul. Sponsor this, because we remember what you do for a living.
No, he's a commissioning engineer.
Right.
So
okay.
he works with. It's all like ventilation.
Okay.
That's what
yeah.
we're going to say. I'm not going to say. I'm not too. Because he's gonna moan at me for saying it being wrong.
Quick, let's change the subject.
But no, he does commissioning engineer, and he works with engineers. I'm not sure if he because he works with companies to do their site management.
Once it's done, he's got to check that it's running.
I'm
right.
trying to make sure it's correct. He's like site management, I think, because he's always he's called me before and he's gone, all right, Harry, I've got to go on site. I've got to go check on the boys, and I'm like, all right then.
Yeah. So
in the call, and then he's on site. And he's checking the boys. He took me to site because when I went to the Netherlands, I went to his office and I was chilling there, just doing. I
imagine you've been to Dubai a few times as well, haven't you?
I've been to Dubai once.
Oh, really? 14 years?
Yeah, I went.
He does owe you some money.
I went for my 16th birthday.
Right. Okay.
And it was brilliant. It was absolutely amazing. His house was massive as well. It was really nice.
Really?
So, yeah, it was really nice over there. It was lovely. I would love to go back there, and I'd recommend going there. It's amazing, Dubai.
Yeah.
So clean, very strict. Yeah, it's just amazing over there. It's so hot though. It's crazy hot. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to deal with Texas heat because Dubai heat is very similar.
Yeah.
Because I know one of my workmates went to Vegas and they went to the Grand Canyon, and in Vegas it was 38, and then they went to the Grand Canyon and it was 48.
Yeah.
It hit 48 inside the
hot.
Grand Canyon, and she said it was. She said she couldn't handle it.
Well, we did that in Tunisia, didn't we? We sort of stayed near the beach, did all that.
To the Sahara.
Then we went to the Sahara and we did. Where did they filmed Star Wars? You know the bit where he meets his auntie, or he lives with his auntie?
Yes.
Aunt Chloe and Aunt Beru.
Yeah.
We didn't go there, but we went somewhere very similar.
Oh, sorry.
It was in different parts of Tunisia, but
Sorry, we did that.
I still used it.
We
I
did
still
that,
pretend I
but-
was looking at two suns.
But
You know what I mean?
the bus turned up and they had the temperature on, and like you said, sort of like near the beach, it was sort of like 38, and we got in there, it was 52 degrees.
Yeah, it's
and we were
crazy.
like, oh my God, we took Tilly out on our shoulders and we had to wrap her head up because the sun was so hot. I didn't want her to instantly burn or anything like that.
Yeah.
She needed
It's just
something
heat
on her
stroke
head.
as well.
Yeah.
It's just so dangerous.
She lost a
I think.
shoe in the Sahara
did.
Desert. We were on camels at the time. It was like,
She
it's not
came
even
back.
worth looking for that.
No, she
Everywhere's-
came back and she went, oh, I've lost my shoe.
Yeah.
I'm like, why didn't you tell me?
Anyway, so we got, and then all of a sudden this geezer, anyone lost a shoe?
I'll be like, that's
How
us.
fluky was that? Yeah.
Oh, bless.
That's brilliant.
But I think, are you happy?
Am I happy?
I'm quite
Someone's
happy
going to
with
text us and we're not. Of course, I'm not happy. But it's been lovely having you on. You really
you so
remind me of
much.
your
That's
dad.
right. Yeah, thank you.
And we'd love to have you back when you get back. See how you get
yeah,
on.
I'd love to. I mean, my
and
mate.
keep in touch, and we'll see how you're getting on.
Yeah, my mate even said. I said to him, it might my mate could even come on if you wanted.
Nah, sod him.
Because I know he'd love to.
What,
do
to
it.
go there as well?
No, he's coming. He's coming with me, so we're
Yeah.
going together.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Christian
about
guy?
and then come back onto here together.
Yeah, why not?
It's up to you,
Yeah.
though,
Yeah.
obviously. But he'd love it. He'd love it as well. I was
Okay.
meant to be going with three of us.
Did
don't know if
your
you-
mate shoot the other
I
one?
don't know if you might know him. Seeger.
No.
Seekers. Oh, my
Makes-
dad knows him, so I thought maybe.
Seeger. No.
No,
Do you know,
but-
I haven't spoke to your dad for 35 years.
He was going to come.
Was he?
He was going to drop me off, but his flight was delayed last night,
Yeah.
so he didn't get in till like 5 in the morning.
The thing is with your dad, he's a good laugh at school. He's a good laugh, and he used to mess about. But as soon as a teacher come, he'd change completely. Yeah. And once he started, he burst. He would never remember this, but for some reason, it stayed with me. And this has got to be 37 years ago, right? We're in the CDT design.
Technology?
No, it's craft design technology
Oh,
class.
Yeah.
And we're talking about what we want to do, in college and all that. And he said, and it was like, one of my mates went, yeah, we'll do CDT and we'll do electrical, engineering and that. And he burst into ABC from Jackson. He went, CDT, electrical. And then a teacher came along.
That
And
just sounds like
a teacher came along halfway through. So he went, CDT, electrical, engineering. And then I think just the way he changed completely to make out he was being sensible. But he
that's
wasn't. He
brilliant.
was
That just
mid-song.
sounds like
he
him
was
as well.
mid-song, honestly. And
It
that
just
just
sounds
for some
like
reason, I was pissing myself laughing because it's just the way he just went from pissing about to dead serious. And then I'll go to college and probably think about university. And Like, you're full of shit. He's doing it because
It just sounds like it was because it sounds like me as well as something I would
just
do.
burst into it.
Yeah.
And why? You know, I didn't remember anything in CDT, but I remember that.
But I used to be the same in secondary school as well.
Yeah, so you got to have a laugh. You got to have a laugh in everything.
Yeah, year 11 was amazing for me. I used to because I used to be quite I was fat. I used to get bullied all the way from like year 7 to year 9. As soon as I lost weight, everyone was like, "Oh, you're right, Harry." Everybody wanted to know me, and I'm like, "Right, what?" It just goes to show how much weight, how much people do judge you. It is so sad. And whenever I do see a big kid in school, I think to myself, "I used to be like you. I used to be you," and I know exactly what he's going through.
So do you make the effort of talking to him, or do you just ignore him?
No, I mean, I don't judge anyone. I work at Boom Battle Bar, and that's like a venue. I don't know if you've heard of it.
What's that?
It's a massive venue. It's my last shift tomorrow, actually.
Boom Battle Bar.
Boom Battle Bar, yeah. It's a massive venue. You play beer pong, axe throwing.
Okay.
Whereabouts is this? Darts. There's one in Canterbury, one in Lakeside. Yeah. And there's one at the O2, and there's one on Oxford Street. There's loads all over the UK. And at Boom Battle Bar, honestly, the people I work with are amazing because they get on with everyone.
So you should be.
And the way you are with customers, I'll be on axe throwing, and we're just having a laugh. I'm having a laugh with all my customers.
Yeah,
I do, and they'll miss. They'll go to throw the axe, they'll miss, and I'll be like, "That's a bit of shit." And then they go, "Yeah," and I'll give you another go. Go on. And then it's just
you got to be that.
It's just so fun. It just goes to show if you're not judgy,
it's just without a doubt.
Yeah, it's just you just live a better life if you're not judgy.
Yeah,
I don't understand why people are like it. It does frustrate me. But
you ever had someone chop their finger off axe throwing?
No,
but they're going to run and beat it to the.
I have injured myself. I have injured myself on it because we've got large axes, double-handed axes, single-hand axes, and then we got these really small ones. The small ones are insanely.
I imagine they bounce back as well. The small ones.
No, the small ones are actually more likely to hit.
Right. Okay.
The one-handed one is more likely to bounce back because people go to lob it. So people literally go to the side and lob it like that, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Straight, keep it straight. 'Cause it won't hit. It never hits when they do it as well. But the small ones, they get sharpened a lot more than the bigger ones because the bigger ones we've got so many more of them, and the little ones I went to go throw it, and where it was so sharp, I took it and I went to go catch it like that.
Oh,
It was idiotic of me, but I went like that, and it just went. It just cut my hand, and I didn't realise until after. And I was like, "Oh crap!" I was like, my hand's bleeding. Shit. So yeah, but it was all right. It's such a good place to work, and I'd recommend going there. It's brilliant. It is brilliant.
Brilliant. Nice. Well, it's been lovely having you on.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been
good luck.
I've enjoyed it.
We might work together in the future. You never know.
Yeah, we might do.
One of my projects.
When you're big and famous, and we go.
Yeah. I'll share it around.
Yeah. No, really enjoyed it, mate. So lovely to meet you.
Brilliant.
Love to your dad.
So
Thank you.
I don't know what to say to him really. Hello, Paul. Mental man. But really enjoyed it. So thanks.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I enjoyed it.
And we'll see you in a year.
Yeah, I'll see you in a year or on Zoom.
Oh, let's Zoom it. Let's do a Zoom. Because what we always do people face to face. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? We always do people face to face.
And we always do this. We always end the podcast and then have another 5 minutes.
How many times have I thanked you? This is like the third time. This happens all the time. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a screen here, so they still look like they're here.
Oh,
so and the mic.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's brilliant.
But the audio and everything will be done via Zoom anyway.
Just so you know, the sign has fallen off. You know what I mean?
We could be looking like that, going, "Oh yes."
And once again, well done to Mum Zeed. Contact us.
Well done.
Well
done.
Look forward to it. Really enjoyed speaking to you.
Yeah, it's been brilliant.
Just like your dad, like I've mentioned 1,000 times. There we go. So thanks for listening to this dribble, and see you next time. It's not dribble because of you. Well, it is dribble because of him. No, it's not. All right,
oh my God.
See you on Friday. This is a Monday one, by the way.
Oh, Monday one, yeah.
All right, see you on Friday. Bye. This podcast has been brought to you by Snug Dubs Camper Van Hire.
Roam the world, park anywhere.
That's snugdubs.co.uk.